Hey guys, welcome back to the pod, back to Tomboy Official. I've got some mild queer topics to address. Let us see. I'm gonna write them down, because otherwise I might not remember what the heck I'm trying to say. So let me see. I kind of wanted to talk about a bit of a queer dream, but it's not enough to make a whole episode out of. I don't even know if I remember it. And then I want to talk about some queer mingling experiences between, the straight and non-straight friends. If you have friend groups like that, just kind of maybe what that might be like. And then the maybe like history. This might apply more to small town people, I would assume, but some of us city dwellers also have history with people, whether that's like school or religion or some kind of community activities, volunteer work type of stuff, how that is as an LGBT person. So we're gonna combine all these topics into one because I'm waiting for my lunch to finish baking in the oven, and I don't really have much more that I want to do, but I kind of want to do something that isn't sitting and watching anything, because I've pretty much watched everything I wanted to watch for today as far as like tutorials and things. If you want to know what kind of nerdy things I'm doing lately, I don't really share too much about my nerdy hobbies, but maybe I should, because I think there are a lot of us out there. I've noticed with the queer types, there tend to be a lot of artistic people who are, artistically expressive, and then a lot of times that, especially these days, can turn into some kind of techie expression, because I know like the techie versions of creativity tend to be free. So things like blogging, things like writing essays, things like YouTube content creation, Instagram, photography, drawing, podcasting, any of that kind of stuff. You can usually just do it from home by yourself. You don't need a whole bunch of equipment or anything, as long as you have Wi-Fi or a local coffee shop where you can walk over, or data. You're usually good to go. You don't need too much more than that, right? So I feel like there's such a low barrier to, use of, kind of like recent technology. You don't really need to spend a lot of money, so that's usually good. So I should say that, so when it comes to my own kind of personal experiences, I would say okay, so I was going to talk about that queer dream, but yeah, I guess the nerdy things I've been up to, getting back into using Reason Studios, making some music on there, which requires learning new instruments that are built in. They're basically software. Check out a tutorial on it or something if you don't know anything about Reason Studios. It used to be Propellerhead. when I started using it, and it's come a long way. It's still going, and it's pretty impressive, but really cool for creating music. It's not free, but I think you can get a $1 monthly $1 1 month trial if you've never signed up. It's a really hard one to try to actually pirate because it has like this ignition key, USB, or you usually have to have some type of code or upgrade ability from an older software and then upgrade it to something newer. I think I lost mine, and so I don't really have access to my software, but I use Reason 12. Just have to pay for the subscription. You can buy it and get it. You can get it for like a year, or you can get it. I think you can just buy it outright, I believe, but that costs at least like $200-300 or more. So I don't know. And without the that heavy discount after the first month, it's like $19.99 or something like that. So it's a little steep if you're not going to use it all the time, but $20 isn't that bad. I mean, YouTube's subscription for premium is now $18.99, so it's just $1 cheaper than YouTube. And you can try it for like a month for $1. So there's that. And then I'm kind of here and there with blogging and just other kind of web design type projects. I put e-commerce down for a little bit because I just don't really have much of an interest in it right now. But I've been applying to jobs that require different types of e-commerce skills, SEO, that kind of thing. But yeah, so there's some of that. My friend is going to this hacking convention called DEF CON, and so I was kind of looking at it. I'm not gonna go, but I was looking at it to see more about, like, more information about it, and so I started watching some of that today. And what else? I almost completed my registration for the SIGGRAPH conference. So I found that the most affordable tickets are $45, but that's at the LA Convention Center, and that is, the parking there is not free. There are some areas where I know that I can park for free, but that area is quite a bit sketch, so I don't know. Unless I'm there like in the daytime, I don't really think I'm gonna be parking in that little area, and I wouldn't be driving a small car. I'd be driving my bigger car, so it would also require a lot of walking. But there's this little like cul-de-sac area, kind of residential, where you can park. That's kind of like hidden, back around the side somewhere. I think it's off Pico. I can't remember, but I just want to go. I think it would be good for they have a job fair there, at least the other years. Sorry, I don't know if that got cut off. I got a phone call that just came in and distracted me, but I shut it off, so I'm guessing they might call back. Let me just put my phone into focus mode again so I don't get calls. Usually I have my phone out of focus mode from about 12 to 12:30 p.m., but I feel like those places are kind of noticing that, and I don't want that. So let me turn that off, because that's when, let me turn it back on. I'm gonna extend it, because they keep calling me. It's annoying. I hate it. Yeah, I'm gonna extend it to 12:30. It's just a minute or two from now, but alright, now my do not disturb is back on. So, yeah, I've definitely noticed that, you know, I like conferences and that kind of thing. Just seeing what's out there, research, people talking about research. I like analytical things and kind of basically just data and analytics. That's kind of something that interests me. And then just learning in general. I like to learn. That's what I enjoy. So yeah, with that, let me talk about this queer dream. So I don't remember fully how the dream went. I remembered a little bit of it earlier today, and then I forgot it by now. So the beginning of this dream, I don't remember, but there was a point where one of my LGBT friends from San Diego was maybe the main focus of this dream. Somebody I get along with really good. Maybe used to kind of have a bit of a crush on this person. And in the dream, they were, I don't know where we were, but they started talking to their mom, or like their mom came up and started just like laying into them about something. I don't know what it was. Like, it wasn't like a nightmare or like necessarily a bad dream, but I guess that wasn't a positive aspect of it. But I didn't feel like scared or anxious or negative or sad or anything. I was just kind of like, I wasn't like glad it was happening, but I was glad that like I was there to be a part of a group of friends that was supportive towards this person, and that our support was helpful to them. Like they were really starting to feel better, and it was kind of like, screw that family member that was kind of acting like that, and they seemed to kind of get over that situation quickly. And so for me, that was kind of a nice experience in the dream, just because they were starting to feel better, and just kind of being able to kind of try to help this person with that situation. Now, I don't really know the situation with their mom, like for real. Like, I don't really know what's up. But yeah, I don't really know. I think, to my understanding, people have come to terms with things, but that's all I can really say about that. But yeah, that's the only part of the dream that I can really remember. And I feel like there was some other thing about the setting that I remembered this morning, like where we were in some environment that I can't remember now at all. I can't remember anything about that right now. So yeah, I had fun kind of just having a queer dream in general. And in my dreams, a lot of times, I'm kind of hanging out with my friends, so it's usually fun. The night before I had a dream too, but I can't remember what the heck it was at all now. I remembered it some yesterday, but I can't remember it at all now, so I have no idea what that dream was about. It's lost forever. But yeah, so that's all I really have to say about that dream. Like, there's not really much more to add to the list of things with that. And yeah, kind of talking about, queer and straight friend groups mingling. That was kind of just coming up with me today because I was like starting to plan my birthday, and I was just like, it's not that I don't want my non-gay friends to like meet my gay friends. It's just I don't know, like, I'm not I don't know if I'm like I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's anxiety. Like, maybe in other months or other times I would probably be a little bit anxious, like, oh no, why did I invite this person while inviting that person, and all that kind of thing. But right now, I'm not really feeling that way. I'm not thinking that way at all. I'm totally cool with it. Just inviting who I want to see, kind of like a locals only kind of little get together, just hang out, snack, have fun, go to a gay bar for a second. It doesn't have to be like a full night thing. Like, I feel like I want to keep it early, from like 5 to 8 p.m. or something like that. Just keep it early, go, hang out with friends, grab a quick quick snack, a quick drink. There might be some live music. We don't know if it's going to be good, so I'll probably do that. And I don't know, just that's probably all I'm gonna really get up to. As far as my immediate plans, for my birthday, but yeah, it should be fun. I don't really see any potential problems with it, but I would say in the past, I probably would be at a point right now where I'd be kind of freaking out a little bit. I'd be a little bit like oh, like worried, I'd be a little bit worried. In the past I would have worried. Maybe it's because my anxiety's not high today that it's not bothering me. That's possibly one reason. And another reason is possibly because the friends that I have aren't very, like, these friends specifically aren't very concerned with things like being judgmental or anything like that. So we usually get along. Like, everyone accepts people having their own individual situations going on, and then we otherwise just will leave things be. So I'm not too concerned about it, but I would say sometimes mixing of the groups can be complicated. It's okay if people want to hang out in like gay spaces or whatever, and allies anyways. I think that's okay. I'm not really going there to like meet anybody or do anything like that, but yeah, it would be it's I think sometimes it's fun to get a crew of people together that's like a different group that doesn't all hang out with each other all the time. Like, I feel like the people I've invited kind of all have some things in common. I think they'd all get along good. I don't know who all's going to be able to make it, but it's not too anxiety provoking for me at the moment. It's less than 2 weeks away, so I sent out the invite. I think by the end of the end of today, I think everyone's going to be invited who I have sent the invite to, and then otherwise just keeping it low key. I've only really invited people that I'm comfortable with, but that are maybe of the straight types that might go to a gay bar, but I've never really I don't know, like I've never really thought that I'd be doing certain things with certain people. Like, so I don't know. So we'll see, but I'm not that concerned with it. I'm just kind of like that's kind of just what I want to do. Like, want to keep it chill, easy, cheap. Everybody can do their own thing. The cool thing about bars is that everybody kind of doesn't have to share a tab, so that's always nice. And we don't need any confusion. And we'll probably go to like the pier or somewhere near the beach, boardwalk or something, to grab something to eat first, because there's plenty of variety there. And again, people don't have to, eat at the same place. Like, we can find a communal area to kind of eat together if people want to eat or buy lemonade or whatever the heck it may be, or drink or whatever. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. But I would say, yeah, in the past, you guys have heard a lot of my concerns with social, anxiety provoking things. Like, I don't think I avoid that much stuff. I just deal with the fact that I'm gonna be anxious and uncomfortable, but ultimately things work out. I would say the most maybe, I wouldn't call it unhappy because that's not right, because I was having a really good time, but the most maybe concerned I got was when I felt a little blindsided when I went to a rave once, and I really was like looking forward to spending time with a certain friend, and then they never really told me that they weren't coming, and so I kind of didn't know I didn't know that they weren't coming, so I was kind of looking forward to seeing them, and then kind of expected it was going to go a certain way, and it didn't. Then there was another person that I was there with, trying to interact, and I had a good time, but it was like, it maybe seemed like I didn't have a good time because I got really stoned, and then it was pretty overwhelming with all the music and all the people, and it was really kind of hard to be like okay, like I wasn't really expecting to have to talk to this person or interact. Like, I got really stoned because I thought we were just gonna go up to the front and up near the stage and dance. So I was like, I don't need to be like in a talkative mode to be doing that. Like, usually it helps me to be, to be stoned, because then I feel like I want to dance and the music kind of hits me differently. And so that was kind of my goal. I was like, well, I'll just get stoned then, and then let's do this. But it turned out that, we didn't go up to the front of the stage, and we stayed all the way in the back and actually sat down on the steps for the whole night. And it was cold, and we weren't moving, so it was really cold. And we were sitting there, and it was fun, but we also weren't dancing. And somebody was trying to like talk to me and like chat with me, and I was kind of just like not talking because I was stoned, and I was expecting to kind of be in a party mode, because when I'm stoned and I'm listening to music, I only really focus on the music. Like, I can't really focus on that much other stuff. Like, the music kind of gets me too distracted to really be having conversations. But I just, if I would have known that we weren't going to be up in the front and that we were just going to be sitting around trying to chat, then I might have actually tried to not, be stoned. When I'm drunk, I'm more chatty, or when I'm caffeinated, I'm more chatty. And they both had those C4 drinks, and I did not want those drinks. I was, trying not to be, I don't know. Like, I just didn't know what was going to happen, and it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. It was really weird, but the next day was great. And I kind of just was like, screw this, I'm just going to do what I want to do. So me and my friend that usually go, they get up in the front of the stage and stuff. Like, some of my other friends wanted to go do something else before, and I was like, nope, I'll be back at the rave. I already paid for this, like, so I'm going to go do that, and we're going to be up in the front, and we're just going to be rocking out. And I'm not really, I was at the stages that I wanted to be at, and up in the front where I wanted to be. And then I heard, like, I spent the time between Lane 8 and Odessa just kind of catching them and going to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. And then I think I from then on kind of was, I was interacting more at that time. But yeah, I wasn't too like I wasn't having like a negative experience. Yeah, but yeah, when it comes to those experiences, like, for me, it's like I have to be in the mood to meet new people. Sometimes I'm really pumped up about it, and sometimes I'm not. And for me, late nights are kind of hard because I sleep, like, my lights are out by 9:30 on a pretty regular basis. Like, it's very rare that it'll be like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and my lights are still on and I'm not like laying down in bed. It's very rare, unless it's maybe like a weekend or something. Like, I'm pretty into trying to sleep early. I'm mostly into liking to wake up early. So even though I don't like sleeping early, I like waking up early. So kind of can't do both, right? Can't stay up late and wake up early. So I have to make that decision there on a daily basis, pretty much. But yeah, I'm not really nervous. I'm kind of excited to see kind of how things are gonna unfold. I am I don't know. So yeah, when it comes to the mingling between my straight and non-straight friends, I don't really have an issue with it. Like out here in LA, I don't have a lot of friends that, we meet just to drink and stuff. And so it is kind of a different vibe for me in LA because most of the people I know are pretty chill. And because of the fact that, everywhere so far and most of us have to drive all over the place, a lot of times that just takes the alcohol out of the picture. Like a lot of the times we just aren't drinking because we're not doing anything. We're not, we have to drive, so we kind of don't drink as much. In San Diego, it's a lot easier to drive because you can get like an $11 Uber one way, and versus out here, it's like you don't really have that, all the time. Let's see. And as far as like having history with people, like whether that's crushes or developing an interest or, somebody, being an LGBT person and then, they are now, but maybe you didn't know they were then or something along those lines. That's definitely something that comes up in my life regularly, and especially being back in LA, because it's like in San Diego, I've kind of formed a whole life of, queer friends and allies, and then in LA, I left a very religious environment with people who, a lot of them are open-minded, but I did not know that. I didn't know that they were open-minded because we never really talked much about those types of things. And I wasn't like openly out to them before I moved to San Diego or anything. I don't even think I really knew. Like I was definitely like repressing a lot of stuff. So it kind of took a while for me. And now it's like I kind of know which friends I kind of trust more, which friends I kind of share things with. We kind of keep in touch. We actually, I have friends that like they'll say what's up. Those are usually the ones that I'll keep in touch with, or the ones who will reach out on occasion. Because I grew up knowing so many people. I think for a long time it was really hard to decipher between like, okay, who are actually like friends and who are just people that I see like 2-3 times a week and hang out with multiple hours. That became more and more clear when I was in San Diego, because certain people kept in touch, certain people made more of an effort, certain people made a lot of effort to kind of try to come and hang out and do stuff together, versus others that I never saw or heard from unless they kind of needed something. I never really heard from them or saw them hardly ever again. So there was that. But yeah, I have been kind of interested in seeing where a lot of these things go. I was taking a skills test online for part of an application, and I kind of just had a lot on my mind about topics like this, about that's because that's something I'm kind of dealing with lately, is trying to integrate a little bit of my own lifestyle, my own preferences, my own interests, and being authentic and not letting the bigotry or prejudice people kind of have a hold on my life, because it's like, you know, a lot of those people have not been invited into my life at all in any way for years. I have never reached out or anything, and you know, sometimes I see certain people try to reach back out to me or talk to me or engage with me, where I feel like it's weird, like it's only like they do it um because I'm, you know, part of the LGBT community, and they're kind of like maybe nosy about it or whatever. But I don't know. I like kind of where things are going. But I don't know. That's kind of all. I guess that might be about all I have to say. Yeah, nothing groundbreaking, but I'll see how all these social endeavors unfold. It should be an interesting time. So with that, thanks for listening.